What if I told you one of Marvel's most beloved heroes was never meant to be more than a one-off side character? That's right. Wolverine, the fierce, clawed mutant we all know and love, almost faded into comic book obscurity. But fate had other plans. From shadowy origins to leading the X-Men and headlining Hollywood blockbusters, Wolverine's journey is a wild ride through rage, redemption, and raw power. This is the untold, thrilling history of Wolverine, your favorite mutant story like you've never heard it. The origins, birth of the beast, comic book debut. Wolverine made his first official appearance in The Incredible Hulk number 180 in 1974, with a full introduction in issue number 181. Created by writer Len Wein, artist John Romita Sr., and illustrator Herb Trimpe, Wolverine was envisioned as a short-tempered Canadian mutant with claws and animal-like instincts. Originally, the claws were thought to be part of his gloves, not an actual extension of his body. This early version was feral, but not yet layered with the emotional depth and moral conflict that fans would later love. He was designed to be a match for the Hulk, a foe with unrelenting strength who would need someone just as wild to take him down. The name is Logan, Weapon X, and the backstory begins. One of the most intriguing aspects of Wolverine was his mysterious past. Readers didn't know much about him for years. It wasn't until 1991's Wolverine series and the earlier Weapon X arc in Marvel Comics Presents 1989 to 1990 that his origin started to unfold. The Weapon X program revealed how Wolverine was abducted and experimented on, having his skeleton laced with the indestructible metal adamantium. This procedure turned him into a living weapon, one that could heal from nearly any wound and had retractable metal claws. But Logan, his true name, wasn't just a science project. His memories were fragmented, erased, or implanted. This kept his humanity and his rage on a knife's edge. It added a new dimension to his character. He wasn't just dangerous because of what he could do, he was dangerous because he was broken, and he didn't even know how or why. The X-Men era, from outcast to leader. In 1975, Wolverine found a permanent place in Marvel's universe when he joined giant-size X-Men number 1, a revamped version of the team led by writer Chris Claremont and artist Dave Cockrum. This new lineup included Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, and of course, Wolverine. He was the anti-hero, often clashing with team leader Cyclops and operating outside traditional moral lines. He brought edge and complexity to the group, giving fans a reason to root for someone who was as likely to threaten a teammate as he was to save them. Through the late 70s and early 80s, Wolverine evolved into a central figure. His solo title began in 1982, written by Claremont and illustrated by Frank Miller, where he ventured to Japan and showed fans a new side: honor-bound, romantic, and spiritual. The Japan storyline introduced key elements that would later resurface in films: his connection to samurai culture, his lover Mariko, and his internal struggle between man and beast. The mutant with many masks, identity, and inner conflict. What makes Wolverine so compelling is not just the violence, though he delivers that in full, but the constant identity battle. Is he James Howlett, the sickly child born in the 1800s to a wealthy family, as revealed in the 2001 Origin series? Or is he the Weapon X experiment, the killer, the hero? Throughout various comic runs, Wolverine has wrestled with different identities. Sometimes he's a loner, sometimes he's a mentor, as seen in X-Men, Evolution, and Wolverine and the X-Men. He's been a soldier, a samurai, a spy, a teacher. His character embodies trauma and healing, rage and redemption. He is, in many ways, Marvel's walking contradiction. Enemies, friends, and complicated relationships. Wolverine's relationships are as brutal and twisted as his past. His most iconic feud is with Sabretooth, another product of Weapon X, who mirrors Logan's violent tendencies but lacks his conscience. Their battles have become legendary, often deeply personal. On the other hand, Wolverine has close bonds with many in the Marvel Universe. His paternal, sometimes brotherly relationship with Rogue, Kitty Pryde, and Jubilee reflects his softer side. His romantic entanglements, especially with Jean Grey, complicate his dynamic within the X-Men, particularly with Cyclops. His love for Jean is eternal, even though it's mostly unfulfilled. Perhaps most notably, Wolverine mentors younger mutants, providing a rare glimpse of his protective instincts. Whether it's teaching at Xavier's school or defending young mutants from danger, Logan's rough exterior conceals a deep compassion that shines through when it matters most. Wolverine in the broader Marvel Universe. While he is deeply connected to the X-Men, Wolverine has crossed paths with almost every major Marvel character. He's been an Avenger, fought alongside Captain America in World War II flashbacks, and has clashed with Spider-Man, Deadpool, and even the Punisher. His inclusion in Marvel Civil War, Secret Invasion, and other major arcs cements his status as a pillar of the Marvel Universe. He's also been featured in alternate universes, like Old Man Logan, a post-apocalyptic version of the character that became wildly popular. In this timeline, an older, weary Logan navigates a wasteland ruled by villains, a story so impactful that it partially inspired Hugh Jackman's final Wolverine film, Logan. Wolverine on screen, Hugh Jackman, and the cinematic legend. No discussion of Wolverine is complete without the cinematic portrayal by Hugh Jackman. First appearing in X-Men 2000, Jackman brought Logan to life with an unmatched blend of fury, grit, and charisma. At 6 feet 3 inches, Jackman was initially criticized for being too tall for the role. Wolverine is 5 feet 3 inches in the comics, but he silenced critics with his powerful performance. Over the span of 17 years and 9 mainline appearances, Jackman's Wolverine became synonymous with the character. His emotional arc in Logan, 2017, served as a poetic, devastating farewell, exploring themes of aging, regret, legacy, and love. The film received critical acclaim and was even nominated for an Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. Wolverine also appeared in spin-offs like The Wolverine, 2013, exploring his time in Japan, and X-Men Origins, Wolverine, 2009, which attempted to uncover his early life, though the latter was met with mixed reactions, particularly for its portrayal of Deadpool. Wolverine's death and return. Yes, Wolverine has died, at least in the comics. In 2014, Marvel released Death of Wolverine, where Logan loses his healing factor and sacrifices himself to take down the Weapon X program once and for all. He is encased in adamantium in a haunting finale. But as with most comic book deaths, he didn't stay dead. In 2018, the return of Wolverine brought Logan back to the Marvel Universe, though he initially struggled with memory loss and the consequences of his rebirth. This return highlighted a core theme of Wolverine's character: resilience. No matter how many times he falls, he finds a way to rise. Scarred, yes, but not defeated. From a cameo in a Hulk comic to the face of one of Marvel's most iconic franchises, Wolverine's journey is as complex as it is inspiring. He's been a soldier, a loner, a killer, a teacher, a lover, and a friend. He's died, come back, and left a legacy that spans generations of fans. And even now, with Marvel Studios set to reintroduce the X-Men into the MCU, the question isn't if Wolverine will return, but when. If you enjoyed diving into Wolverine's legendary story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more Marvel deep dives, and drop a comment below with your favorite Wolverine moment. We've got tons more superhero history coming your way, so hit that bell and stay tuned.